with Helen and David, our other missionary, and also our Global Mission Fellows. We have 2 here. For during this week, Patrick, my husband, went up country to visit his folks. And I said, well, this is a great time to come over and hang out. I retired in February of 2019 after 30 years of mission service. I just want to send a message out there, which I'm sure you guys already know, is that it takes all of us collectively together to do this thing called mission work. You are there, but you are here. You just sent Reverend Kula money to buy rice to take it out to people. So you're there, but you're also here. We thank God for the blessed Holy Spirit that allows that. I know that I have benefited from prayers and support and hosting at the Oasis House and many other wonderful opportunities over the course of 30 years. And so just thank God for you. I retired. I'm between North Carolina and Liberia. Patrick and I will spend half the time in Liberia and half the time in the States. And so Helen is still in active service. So I'm going to let her go ahead and chat about what she's doing now.
Okay, thank you. So Sis Mary and I have both been to Maryland with Pastor Tim, and we both have been here in Liberia, and we have both worked in the education department for the United Methodist Church, working with our school systems. And I'm still doing that, working with our school system here in Liberia. The Methodist Church in Liberia has had schools since 1839 in Liberia. And we have about 60 schools now, around 16,000 students. There are schools in all 15 counties of Liberia and also in our neighboring country of Guinea. So, and we have from preschool, early childhood through 12th grade that we work with and try to provide support to those schools with teacher training, with supplies, with scholarship funds, and with construction needs. So whatever it is that has to do with education, we work with that. And right now, our schools are closed. I just want to say one more thing about the schools. There are more private mission schools, there are more private schools in Liberia than there are government schools. And so we work along in partnership with the Ministry of Education of the government. And now during this time of lockdown, we are having weekly Zoom meetings with the Ministry of Education. So I was on Zoom last week with them, and we're looking at how to safely reopen schools and how students will be promoted to the next grade when they have not been in school since the middle of March. So we had this period of time, and it's interesting for us here, or another interesting glitch in their education process, because first the schools were just reopening after 14 years of civil war. So when I came in 2008, we were rebuilding schools that had been completely gutted during the war, and getting schools open, getting students back into school. And then we had the Ebola crisis, where schools were closed from July 2014 to March 2015. No school for those 7 months. And now, again, schools are closed. So we're trying to see how to have regular education for our students, and how, and looking at remediation right now. Those are part of the discussions we had on our last Zoom call with the ministry. And how do we, as Methodist school system, which is the largest faith-based school system in Liberia, how do we provide the learning opportunities for our children while schools have been off and on during this whole period? One of the impacts which you're feeling in the States a lot is the fact that when people are not employed, they're not getting money. We don't have unemployment benefits here in Liberia. And so right now, because of this Corona crisis, we have it's taken a hit to our domestic employment and also our domestic production and also our imported goods. And we get a lot of imported goods here in Liberia, that even rice that's imported. So it's affecting us more than the actual number of people who have the virus. There's, this other, and with schools being closed. As of yesterday, was reported that we had 255 cases of COVID-19 in Liberia, with 136 people who have recovered and 26 deaths. We have less than 5 million people in the whole country. But still, it's not, the impact has been on so many closures of businesses and the schools. How will the teachers be paid when schools are closed and students are not paying school fees? So we're having a large economic crisis with this, with the coronavirus here in Liberia, as people all over the world are experiencing. And I think that this is another way that we see how connected the world is. What you are experiencing in the United States with the economic crisis, with the lockdowns, with restricted movement, we are experiencing here in Liberia as well. We are all connected, and this time of even being able to be with you right now during your worship service is just another evidence of how we are a connected global church, how we are one body with many members. And I thank God for that connection. Thank you.
So Helen, we'll have an opportunity. People have been sending gifts in that we sent, like say, to Reverend Kula for the outreach, and we'll make a link available for the education advance. And I'll get that information from you later. So if people want to give, we'll give them that opportunity. And I'll speak to my American friends. We have first world problems. Liberia's got like third world problems that we could never imagine. So we can be part of helping sustain the growth, and the church is really growing by leaps and bounds in Africa. So we want to support our brothers and sisters. I thank you for sharing, and
thank you.
Thank you.